We're live. We stream the thing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the magical world of PATHCO.
You thought I was going to interrupt the intro, and then I didn't.
I hate you. No.
Looks like the dungeon master got mastered by
Wow, impressive.
The tables got turned. The
Yeah.
tables got tabled.
Yeah, you better slow down before the players get played.
Yo, oof. Woof.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, I'm going to go get pizza. Bye, guys.
Yeah, get your pizza, boy.
Get your pizza boy. Okay, we're just gonna sit here awkwardly until he gets back now, or?
I don't know.
Intro.
Yes.
I tried distracting you with pictures of just the worst food in chat, but it didn't work.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was gonna be pictures of newts. Pictures of newts.
Actually, I demand that you give me admin privileges so that I can delete that picture.
Okay.
Oh, or I can fill the chat with pictures of newts, and then you can't see it.
I've deleted the picture of
Thank you.
pancakes and sausage on a stick.
Doesn't
That's
sound too bad.
Absolutely, I would eat that.
it's like just please.
In the choice between
fucking
that
don't.
or
It's
deep fried
blueberry
pizza.
flavour. Come on, man.
Okay, that makes
It's
it bad.
what?
That makes it bad. If it was just like regular pancake, I would try that. But no, blueberries are horrible. Anyway,
Of all the things in that, it's the blueberry that bugs you.
Look, if it was like a savoury pancake with sausage, that's like a thing that people would eat. Like, you know, a nice savoury crepe.
I guess.
I'm saying that's better than deep fried pizza. Probably. I say as someone who has eaten deep fried pizza, it wasn't very good.
No. Anything that.
Deep fried battered pizzas are called a pizza crunch.
It was horrible. I ate it just so that I could have eaten. I ate it so I could tell other people that I'd eaten a deep fried pizza, as I am now. But it was not worth it for any other reason.
Have they ever brought back those pizzas where there's cheeseburgers embedded in the crust? Those are great.
I
Hope not.
don't even.
I like that Jack's managed to derail the start of the conversation without even being here.
It's a talent,
it's me.
all right. It's a talent.
Oh,
What did I do?
Okay, let's start the fancy game. Agtheo, you are a blasphemer, a heathen, and you
Oh, so he
embody
said
everything that
pineapple
is evil in terms of food.
Damn right.
I'm drinking a pineapple milkshake flavored beer right now.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm going away.
I win!
You have your own game.
It's like Battle Royale, I'm the last man
I'm
standing.
sensible. I only have ketchup on rice. That's not weird.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that's awful.
That's like the most controversial food thing that I do.
Do you have that
What
with a
is
regular
wrong
curry?
with all of you? Except Haggis, you're doing great.
I am so confused.
Except for you, Zoidberg. You get a pogo stick. Can we move on?
Yes, let's
Hi.
just move on from all
Our
of this.
PATHCO. I'm the man.
Hi, welcome to PATHCO. We're in Blackwater. There's demons.
We almost got into the tussle with two of them last week.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
almost
Fought
got into a
Antheo's
fight with
brain.
two of them at the same time.
And
However,
friends.
yeah, and like half of the Blackwater
Half the
military.
We almost fought the Pope.
You did almost fight the Pope.
We tried
And-
we tried to tell them that it was a demon, but they were having none of it.
I've got a query about that as well.
yeah.
I know that
I'm more than happy to field it. Please
if I
continue.
did a diplomacy roll and I got a natural 20, that wouldn't make everything better. I know that's not how it works. Could I make a roll anyway, just to see if anyone in the crowd had any doubts?
Yeah, I think make a diplomacy roll, and
Does
it will
to be
have
straight
an
diplomacy?
effect.
Or can I do
Yes.
my magic bard thing that I can do?
Honestly, well, I mean, it's a mechanical thing that you can do,
Yeah,
so
it is.
I can't really say that you can't do it. So
Maybe,
please
I think
go ahead.
because in the context of the game, I believe that at the moment what's happening is Dave is distracting the demons while we're trying to get everyone else into the sewers, right? So maybe Dave's just like busting out some sick songs about how demons are bad and hoping that it works.
You know what? I think what might be a cool
Like a
thing is that it's like
march.
it's like a song moment where Dave sings, and because of musical logic, like the Bartholomeus Jado / Barthus, whatever you want to call him, the Captain Demon, joined in like a very deep, like baritone villain
and
song,
everyone
and
knows
it like
the
goes
villain
back and
songs are
forth.
better,
The song
so I
Tribute
lost.
refers to.
I'm sorry. What was that?
So they sing the song that the song Tribute is referring to.
I don't know that song.
I don't
Tenacious D
understand
Tribute?
this.
You know Tenacious D Tribute.
No.
How can you not know Tenacious D
I don't
Tribute?
know. I don't know music.
I don't know.
If you tell me a song or a famous person
I'm gonna
with
send you
music,
that
I will not be able to say who they are.
But you know what?
Gotcha.
Sure.
When I did the roll, it was pretty bad. By my standards.
Okay, let's
That's a
see
3.
what the roll is.
I mean,
It's
I rolled a 3
17.
on the dice.
Okay. Okay. I am gonna roll something for
that
them
does-
as well.
That does fit with how it kind of went.
Actually, if you give me 5 seconds, I'm gonna see if I can quickly find my dice, because using a dice roll is kind of annoying and takes more time than just
Okay.
rolling dice. So be back in 5 seconds. You recap between you left off.
I mean, we kind of
For
did.
the record, Tenacious D is Jack Black's band. It's him and Carl Gass, and the song Tribute is about him and Carl Gass, and they're hitchhiking, and they come across the devil, and he's play the greatest song in the world.
I've seen that actually. Well, I've not heard it, but I know of it. I've seen gifs.
It's a good song. I think I probably know it off by heart.
Why did I think Tenacious D was a black rapper?
What?
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm really bad at music things.
That was a thing to say, huh? Were you thinking of the Notorious B.I.G.?
Maybe? Like, I know that's a different person, though.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm bad at music, like I said. If you tell me a song,
if we
I will not be able to tell you something.
have PATHCO merch, that's what it is. It's a grey T-shirt with "I thought Tenacious D was a black rapper" on it.
Sorry.
Okay,
Maybe not.
I'm back. Moving on. I found my dice, which is very good. So now I can think them regarding that perform/diplomacy situation. Okay. Okay. That is taken into account.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So when you guys left off last time, Dave was able to keep enough of a distraction going for everyone to evacuate the university into the sewers.
I have a question.
Yes,
Are we wrecking up the kind of lab before we leave? Are we shucking some Molotovs down
Didn't we
there?
already do that? Didn't we already do that?
I thought we already fucked it up.
I think we already did that.
You
That's
did
what-
smash. Yeah, you did already smash the
Okay.
Mist's container and
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm pretty sure I fought a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that lab is de facto destroyed.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yes. If there's any other kind of destructive things you want to do, then you can
we
go
should,
ahead.
Like, nick anything that has writing on from the vice chancellor's.
Just
or
plunder,
whatever
yeah,
fuck his
plunder
name was.
the,
Mine
yeah.
was.
plunder
But,
the
You know,
office.
someone else could do that.
Very good. Okay,
It's not me.
that's fair. You can definitely do that. As you were evacuating, you can see a lot of people like smashing equipment, setting like either taking or setting fire to notes and research material. Some of them with clear pain in their hearts, as this is a university after all. And everyone evacuates to their best extents. And at the moment, you are in the sewers underneath the plague quarter, where a camp has been set up for everyone to congregate. And Monbeck is there. The two doctors are there. Tim is there.
Let's call the handouts.
Is General Whiskers.
General Whiskers is there
Okay, good.
with Tim.
Gotta make sure all the NPCs are about.
Yeah.
Can I put all the handouts on screen at once? Let's find out.
Chadwick is there.
We're like
With
in
his
now.
sister, although
Oh, Chadwick's sister's here. That's interesting.
yeah, you've been able to tell
'Cause
that
she was in the office. I forgot.
yeah, that he's been dragging her along with great force, even though she seems not terribly happy about it, and currently she has locked herself in another room.
I thought we were
and-
intense. She zips herself angrily into a tent.
Yeah, indeed. That's exactly what she's done. You can tell that there are a lot of people wearing the university clothes here. You can tell that there are a bunch of people here that are not wearing those, that seem to have come from the plague quarter. And these seem to be people that,
going on.
yeah, like people that Chadwick has gathered here in the sewers. A bunch of the sorcerers, that kind of thing. And you convene for a moment with your entire group after having evacuated. You're currently pretty much underneath like Chadwick's cathedral, as he's opened up his like the cathedral basement and crypt where he was working to a larger area.
Guys.
Yeah.
Just sitting around still.
Great.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
there's-
love it in here.
There's
My
it's
favorite location.
you're just in the sewers right now,
Oh, okay.
but like there's Chadwick has made like a makeshift door with some sewer wood, which
Sewer
has
wood.
like a big it has a
The
big
rare
sign
sewer
on
tree.
it which reads "Don't dead open inside."
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. And that is where he is working. And the doctors seem to have joined him in the laboratory, although you have heard them have like a loud argument about the situation. And it seems that the two doctors have been like maintaining positive energy around the place, not having to rely too much on Chadwick's alternative measures.
That's reasonable.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, you guys are back together.
Oh my god.
Oof.
There's a cow for a second there. Someone brought their cow downstairs into the sewers.
Yeah. I think there's probably like a cow here, maybe. There's if you look like in the distance, you can see at the at like a sewer grate, you can see the head of horse.
Oh god damn it.
It's
How'd
there.
that get here?
As ever.
As ever.
I don't think it's
So-
the same head of horse.
It's
Ugh.
probably well, you don't know. Like
Which
who
is better?
knows? Yeah, I don't. I also don't know which is
There's no
better.
answer to
If it's
that
the
question.
same or just another head of horse.
Anyway,
If this camp had a map, which it doesn't, I would put a head of horse somewhere on it
We can imagine.
because I can do that now with the long horse strategy.
fucking long horse.
Long horse. So, you guys are in the encampment with basically all the NPCs that you know. Well,
So
the ones
that didn't go great.
um,
Montbeck, you've been part of a lot of spy things. How often do you have like an armed standoff in which you're forced to run away, burning everything behind you? Does that lead to a successful revolution in your experience?
well, I mean, it's basically what happened at Ossenheim, wasn't it?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'll be honest with you, I was drunk for a lot of that.
Fair enough. Yeah, it actually. No, wait, that's not Monbeck's. That's not Monbeck's voice.
No,
He's
that's
got like a little bit of a softer voice.
Yeah. Well, it actually happens more often than you think. I have probably burnt quite a lot of safe rooms in my time.
Well, yes, safe room, sure, but that was a safe university.
Yeah, no, I've never burnt a
Never gone up
university.
to that kind of scale.
Didn't
I did
burn the whole
I did
university.
burn a wizard's study once,
Oh,
but that was on accident, and
that-
he did not take kindly to it.
I can imagine. Pretty much, if that was any of my stuff, I'd be really pissed.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I know,
you were
right?
saying something, Dave.
What? can't remember
I
what
don't
said.
know. I thought you said something. Sorry.
Probably
Okay.
probably wasn't anything important. So carry on.
Sigmund, were you saying anything?
Let's all be really courteous in conversations from now on.
That doesn't sound like us.
All right, Glamvar, Mr. Acclaimed Bandit / surprisingly inept bank robber.
Let me try that again. That doesn't sound like us.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was wondering who that other guy in the room was for a second there. So, what do we do now?
Well, I've been looking at our options, and Chapwick has given plans of this place, and he motions towards the sewers, and combined with Tim's quite impressive know-how of the corridors.
I think he prefers it if you call him Tim the Rat King,
Okay.
if you're referring to him.
It's his title, man.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry if I. No, it's fine. Just don't do it again. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. Anyhow,
Please don't encourage him.
well, so here's what I've got so far. There's some tunnels here that lead to the old city, which is mostly buried underneath the plague quarter, it seems, according to this book here. And he shows you the book that you found on Blackwater's founding in the old city.
Oh.
And he says, and as it happens, and if I'm to believe Tim's accounts of venturing through the corridors underneath this city, oh yes, I've been places, many places, and he sort of looks into the void for a second.
Isn't the plague quarters bit of the sewer guarded by the sewer guardian and guardian of the sewers?
Yeah, she's also around, but you haven't quite seen her recently.
She doesn't want to be anywhere near Tim.
Probably. They are rivals after all.
Yes, exactly.
And Tim and Monbeck says, and if I'm to believe what Tim says, which you do, of course, yes, which I do, Tim, then part of the crypt underneath the cathedral is linked to the old city down here. So my best guess right now, if we want a shot at either of these two demons without necessarily having to challenge them in the open and get the entire military on our heads, we might be able to sneak into the cathedral and take a shot at Bishop Mendacius via the old city corridors.
That certainly sounds like a plan. From what I can gather, we really have three main objectives here. Two of them are demons that we need to, well, take on with as much of an advantage as we can. I have no idea.
One of them is another demon.
Yeah,
Or
I
three
was going to
demons.
say that there are 3 demons, Sigmund.
But we don't know where the other one
Wait,
is.
we killed one of the demons.
but that was 4.
There were 4
Now there are
demons,
3.
Sigmund.
You've gotten
There's
gotten a
the
list
mayor,
with
there's General Jim, and there's the Pope.
There's
Yeah.
more. sure Sigmund is still quite out of it, but he's like, oh, this is even. Well, okay, we have 4 objectives then. We have 3 of them are demons.
Right.
1 of them is the airship, because right now that's our limiting factor, right?
That's a good point. Having an airship would be really cool.
Yes. Or, hear me out on this, making sure they don't have an airship.
That's also a good point.
Yeah, because like it would be cool to have an airship, but also it would also be cool to like just watch an airship burn, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, as an agent of chaos to an extent, I'd be kind of down for that.
I don't really know where I'm at on that particular dichotomy, but I do like the idea of not getting horribly invaded by these demons.
That would be good.
You're right.
Any thoughts on priorities versus fighting the Pope and stealing an airship or just burning it?
Well, honestly, I think if we start shit with the airship, we've already seen that if problems happen, the demons are going to come down on it. So I suspect if we go to the airship, if by any freak chance we were to not be 100% stealthy, I know that's difficult to believe, but it could happen, then I think the other demons might turn up. So I think taking a little bit of time just to kind of clear out some of those high-value targets is going to make any of our ultimate, stabs to the heart of this thing easier. That's my feeling.
So
I'm inclined to agree with Sigmund here, says Montbec. And as for the airship, well, I'm not sure how well it's guarded, but I'm inclined to believe that probably at least the military general or military general demon would be somewhere in that vicinity anyways, since I would have a hard time believing they don't also value that airship and know that it's a primary target.
Do we have anything that we can use to wreck an airship?
Fire?
I mean, we'd need a lot, because it's like a big ship, right?
Once you're on an airship, I feel like the airship itself is something capable of wrecking an airship.
Also, the good thing about fire is it does tend to lead to more fire.
That's also a good point.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah, we need to get some big fires. Man, I wish
Big
Polly was
fire
here.
sounds good.
Yeah, that would be super easy. You could just fireball that, have a nap, and then just...
And I'd really enjoy it.
Can't you just summon thunder out of the lightning from the sky?
Lightning is not the same as fire.
It does technically
You can
catch
just
things on
pop
fire in real
that
life, but this is
stupid
fantasy.
balloon, right?
That's true. Well, it's also real life.
Is this real? Hang on,
Portal
I'm
landslide,
confused.
escape from reality.
Well, we also have the option of summoning the Sigurd. Simurg.
Sigmund. No, you're already
That's
here.
me.
You're already here.
Sigmund. I'm
Sigmund.
already here.
Montbec
Okay, good.
puts his hands on his shoulder. Sigmund, you're already here.
Like,
I summoned you a few weeks ago. We made the trip together,
For
Sigmund.
fuck's sake.
no, Von Beck. Listen here, Von Beck. It's very
Von
easy. It's very easy to get confused. I've had a really weird couple of days. All right, I had my friends going monogging in the past 2 hours. So you know
that was pretty weird.
Yeah, like I've never seen that happen.
This new armor is dope, though, right? I love
Are
it.
you upset we
It's
didn't
pretty
invite
cool.
you? Ooh.
But don't. It's kind of, and he like puts like one hand forward, the other back, like you know.
Is
Anyway,
it uncomfortably intimate for you, Montbec? Is that the issue?
Sigmund starts doing stretches because Mithril allows.
That is what I
thought
meant.
so.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Violet.
I'm an expert on matters of the heart.
Ah, yes, of course.
The thing is with Mithril, it actually allows you to have a higher dexterity bonus, which is very pertinent. So I'm out of character for this one.
right.
So pertinently, it allows your dex bonus to go higher compared to normal full play.
Yeah, yeah.
So Sigmund's just like, look how breezy it is, and just starts doing stretches in his armor because it technically counts as medium armor in some cases.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's true.
Although I think there are some skills where it's better if it's heavy armor. I think it counts as heavy armor for those.
Ah, yes.
But like, yeah, he just starts doing stretches. Also, I also now it doesn't affect my movement speed, and I realised that I haven't been having my foot plate affecting my movement speed for a while. So it's slap on the list for me.
That's good.
But now that's not a problem anyway because of the thing.
Okay. As Sigmund is doing stretches and stuff, Chatwick turns up and says, "Well, I happen to overhear you talking about this fire situation. As it happens," he like puts his hands on his chest. "Alchemist, I think that there's probably some stuff we nicked from the university that I can make a pretty solid bomb with."
Yes.
I mean, like, is it going to be the right kind of size bomb? Is it going to be big enough that it's going to at least set the demon airship back, but not so big that it's going to kill anyone that's standing around it, which could be us?
That's a good point.
It really depends on what kind of bomb I should be making, because I think we've got plenty of oil, we've got plenty of stuff like that, so Alchemist's fire is a piece of cake.
That doesn't burn wood, though. Isn't it made out of wood?
Well, that's the thing. I think it might not be. I've seen them.
Make a ship out of it isn't wood.
I think. Well, I mean, I've seen them haul in a lot of lumber for sure, but the mining facilities have been going crazy. I think a lot of it might be made out of metal.
Flying metal? What the fuck are you talking about, Chatwick?
Look, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know. Like, this shit's pretty advanced. I've looked at the blueprints, and it certainly doesn't look like...
Where is the ship?
It is at number 7... no, not 17. It's at number 16. So that's number 16 there. It's inside an enormous hangar.
The hangar's got windows, though. I can see them. Can I send Toast to go looking through the window?
Yeah, for sure.
I can send my bird to go looking through the window.
Also, why is there an amulet on the map?
Oh, that was just Mon showing.
Oh, the symbol of the amulet. Yeah.
That can go now, if you want to get rid of it. And you should move the arrow as well. We're not there anymore.
The Cross of Horns, which is like the symbol of Saint Sartorius Church.
You're ruining my immersion, Mon.
So, we need to kill Saint Sartoria. Step 1.
No, step 1.
No, that's like step 8.
Isn't that what you wanted to do since we got into the city and you found out there was an airship here?
I thought we were prioritizing the Pope first. We
should take out the Pope first so he can't... We've already seen that if the general gets in trouble, he calls on the Pope, right? So we take the Pope out first, maybe distract the general, maybe he goes investigating what's going on, and then the next day we hit the airship.
Do you think they might?
That sounds solid. That's solid. If you take out the Pope first, that also gives me time to prepare the bomb.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's kill the Pope.
Should we not be able to steal the airship? No.
We could steal the air. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it by ear. If you have a massive bomb anyway.
Is it helpful if I send my bird to go look at what it's like? Is that a useful thing?
Yeah, I mean, the more information we have, the better.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
It's over here. Dave points at the map, which I assume we were given at some point. It's over there.
Yeah.
Go see what's inside though. Good bird.
I think Montbeck and his friend, whose name eludes me, gave it us.
Brenner. Yes.
Okay.
It's Barry's Brenner.
So, Toast, I believe you telepathically receive images from Toast, is that correct?
Yes. In real time. Actually, no, I think she can also remember things, but...
Yeah.
Maybe
so,
not as well.
She does have a memory.
Yeah.
You see, like, Toast flies away, and you sit on the chair and
you have a weird
meditate to receive the images that Toast... Sorry?
Sorry, this is Dave yelling at Thyra for calling Toast weird.
Right.
Weird. She's perfect.
So, as Toast flies away, you receive images to your mind, Dave. First of all, you see the hangar, which is big. It is this. I know that it's smaller on the map comparatively, but the hangar is the size of like a housing block. It's very big. It's the size of like Dave, you've heard tales, and maybe you've even seen them, of the great galleons of Midland, of Scumport, the great
Well, I mean, we were on one for
ships
a bit, right?
of Calovia.
Tilda's one.
Tilda has one.
She had one,
so
but it sank.
this looks like it can fit one of those bad boys in there.
It's really big, says Dave.
And you, as Toast looks through the window, you can see, you can first of all hear enormous, like clamoring. You can hear machines working. And as Toast looks through the sort of soot-caked window, she can see a part of the airship because it's so big. It's the size of one of the biggest galleon ship that you have seen, like a proper 3-mast thing. Yeah, a man of war, exactly. It's the size of a man of war. But oddly enough, it seems to have a relatively small capacity to like unfold a balloon, and it seems that there's like a lot of metal, as you heard and as was mentioned by Chatwick, plated on the outside. It seems that most of the inside is still made of wood, but a large part of it seems to be armored with metal. And yeah, there's a lot of work going on there. You can see quite an odd phenomenon, actually. You can see all the workers running and moving really fast, like inhumanly fast. And at a certain point, they all suddenly slow down, and you hear a whistle being blown, and you see someone waving a wand, and suddenly everything speeds up again. Roll spellcraft, if you will.
Spellcraft. Spellcraft. I have that one. Of course I do. That's not great.
11. It's good enough because this is a very common spell.
Haste.
It's haste.
I've seen it before.
So it seems that to speed up the workflow, people are using communal haste.
Okay. Dave will relate this to Chadwick et al.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that there's hasted workers, and also that it is at least partially made of metal, so an alchemist's fire would indeed fuck up at least some of
Right.
it.
So it does have a wooden inside. Then I think if I make a potent enough bomb that spreads oil, burning oil, everywhere. Yes. And maybe it could also be acidic. And it could be... no, I don't know if I have enough.
Keep it streamlined, man.
Yes. I'm going to try and see if I can gather some cold iron, which I might not be able to. But if I do have that, I could try and make a solute of it and put it into the bomb. So that if we don't use it on the airship, maybe we can use it on the general instead.
Maybe the general could get caught in the blast if he is around.
Yeah, exactly. I
birds
like your
with
thinking. 2 birds with 1 bomb.
We shouldn't be bombing birds, though. I like birds.
And Monbeck sort of looks at him disapproving and says, "Bloody alchemists." Anyhow.
Got a plan, Montbeck?
Sorry?
You got a better plan, Montbeck?
Yes, let's I propose as a plan that while we work on the bomb here, you guys try and clear a path through the old city to the entrance to the cathedral.
Oh yeah, we're using your plan too, Montbeck. It's a two-plan system. And
Right.
I want to make it very clear that I don't approve of Chatwix, and while Thyra is saying this, she's backing up to him, and she casts the spell Iron Stake into her hand to summon a
Kills him
1-foot-long
with it.
stake of cold iron,
Okay.
just into the floor directly in front of him, but while crudely trying to stand, when she's
Amazing.
attempting to block the view of it.
How big
it
is
would
that?
be just terrible to have some kind of cold iron-based bomb. Golly, gee whiz.
Wow.
Hang on,
And
hang on.
Chatwick looks at that and says, "That's
Hang on.
uh,
Yeah, it was a little obvious.
Chadwick.
Sorry?
See what clerics can do when they're alive,
Yeah.
Chadwick.
I don't know if that was in character or not. It's up to you.
I have to say, convincing argument. Maybe to re-nation. Okay.
Start with the bomb and we'll work from there.
Sure thing.
If we're talking about general plans, it seems like we don't have a amount of time. I was wondering, now that we've disrupted the vampire mist and the kind of the situation where they were putting out those little fireflies with.
Well, I don't think those are gone.
No,
but they're
it
not
wasn't the
getting
same
any
thing.
more, right?
Well, no, because the vampire mist
Well-
was making the cartridges for the guns, not
Yeah.
making the embers.
Yeah, you've not had any evidence as to where the particles are coming from.
Well, that's unfortunate. I think we should probably try and figure out where that is as well, because
I mean, we might find it by accident. I feel like it's
I've
probably
been
close
doing
to-
some
Oh, sorry,
I've been
Karen.
doing some rudimentary research on those too, with stuff from the academy.
Says
It's
Chadwick?
it's demons, all right, but it's
Yeah,
odd.
that.
I've been trying to see how intelligent they are, and he shows you like a little like rat maze where he's poured the things into,
This is
and
creepy,
it's
man.
well, I mean, you do what you got to do.
Alright. This is not the creepiest
but-
thing I've seen. It's not even the top 20, to be fair.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's weird. They don't seem that intelligent. It seems that they're I don't know. Now that I've blocked them off from their peers, it seems that they've sort of lost signal almost. Look, and he shakes the box, and you see the little embers just sitting on the ground of it, not doing anything.
Oh, I kind of feel sorry for them now.
well, I'm not an intelligent man or a clever man, or a man that particularly plans things far in advance.
And Monbeck rolls his eyes with the weight of the entire Arbello campaign. Gee, you mean it?
But I'm trying to be better, and they've got this kind of this blanket across the entirety of the city that's surely helping their aims. It's preventing us from using scrying magic. It's allowing them to spy. Is it possible to kind of? We've had with Dr. Pepper's marvelous drink and what you've been doing, Chadwick. Is there some kind of way of putting out a similar kind of creature ourselves that was somehow spreading the positive energy?
That's an interesting idea. Okay. And he opens up a few books, goes through them. So what you're talking about here is reversing the polarity.
Yes, I've seen that in many plays, and it.
Yes, I have as well.
So many times.
Okay. Maybe I can do that, but I can't do that and make the bomb at the same time. So it's you guys' call.
Have we got any other alchemists? Can anyone else make
Yeah,
a bomb?
isn't there like a full university full of students that you can be making?
Oh wait, I know
Okay.
these two young guys. Actually, we could get them in.
No.
And Chadwick says, that's actually a great point. We have half of a university in here.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't notice them. There is no.
I'm sorry. It's an alchemist thing. I'm very egocentric. Anyhow,
I've spoken to you.
I will try to coordinate an effort to make both the bomb and whatever it is you're planning, Sigmund. But I like it. I like your thinking.
I reckon Dr. Payne and Dr. Pepper would be able to help you with the reverse. We should come up with
Like, if you could make these things like give out positive energy and then like reintroduce them to the herd, as it were.
Yeah, it's true. Then we have some people on the inside, and then perhaps if they come into contact with their peers, they could affect them with the positive energy polarity. Indeed. It's brilliant, Sigmund. Honestly, I'm very surprised.
Well, I know it might sound unrealistic, but I went back to all of my knowledge as a mercenary, and when it's when times are troubled and you're outgunned, it's generally time to start committing war crimes. So we should absolutely use chemical weapons against these people.
Okay, when you phrase it like that.
They're not people, they're embers. It's fine.
Chadwick looks at you and says, "Nah, I've probably done worse already in my time here. Sure, fuck it, let's do it." Okay, so Chadwick and the doctors are going to start work on the bomb. And you guys will be heading towards the old city.
Sewer diving part 2.
Indeed. So
now with slightly
Tim,
less feces.
sorry.
Now with slightly less feces because we're not technically in the sewers.
Yes, indeed,
Sorry,
indeed. So Tim can guide you part of the way, but as soon as you start sort of reaching the parts of the old city where you can see that there's a lot less sewer and a lot more rubble and parts of old walls and stuff that have been caved in, he says, "I'm sorry, but this is as far as I'll go. I've been down there once and I've seen things that I didn't like. You see, I can feel it in the air here. You, cleric, surely you can taste it as well. This feeling."
I try not to taste too deeply when I'm down here, Tim the Rat King. I really don't.
Yeah, Tim is currently almost licking a piece of rock in the wall. Yes.
What are you trying to tell me to look for?
Negative energy. It permeates these walls. Can you feel it?
I was just getting a cold. Sorry.
To be fair, they are very similar feelings.
Right.
But over my years down here in the sewers, I've become attuned to the energies that flow within these waters. And he
Winks.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
That's what you call it.
And he says, and there's a
waters in inverted commas.
And he says, the closer you move through the old city towards the cathedral, the stronger there is this strong negative energy permeating the place. It revives the dead, as you might have noticed at some point in the sewers already. But down there, it's much worse. I don't know where it's coming from, but I suppose it's the energy of the worship that is around here.
Cool.
Never really had a thing for organized religion. No offense, of course.
To who?
I
To
mean,
you.
Thyra's religion is not very organized.
That's fair, actually.
Well, no, Thyra's religion is very organized. Thyra is not very organized.
Hey,
That's the way
I
Thor
haven't
wants
left
it.
the room. What the
But
shit?
we all have flaws, and it's a thing.
No, you've misread my pamphlet. I have
And he's
thoughts.
giving Thyra a big hug at this point.
I see. Well, in
I
any
believe in
case,
you.
starting from here, you're on your own.
Okay.
I wish I could go with you, but
No, we're good, really.
all right, fine. Well, then I suppose this is goodbye for now. Safe
Bye.
travels through these sewers.
Thyra's already walking away.
Okay,
Bye,
so
Tim.
Sigmund shakes Tim's hand.
Ugh.
Tell Captain.
it's like as
Thank
you let go, it has like sort of a sticky, like unvelcroing sound to it.
Ew.
Okay.
I would have thought your hand comes away and it has like an updated Oyster card in it.
Oh, yeah.
The old sleight of hand.
There's like a chip and a pin on it, and
It's
Yeah.
it's an Oyster card black, you know, like the American
Clown
Express
card.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Executive
Mhm.
level.
Oh, by the way, my sister's
Okay.
stealing that idea for one of her campaigns.
all right.
I don't know.
The
if she
the
thinks
clam
I'm a sewer
cards.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
What was
clam
the name of the What was the name of the rat again? Was it Captain Whiskers?
General.
General Whiskers. Yeah.
General Whiskers. Tell General he whispers. Tell General Whispers. He's the greatest monk I've ever known.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I hear him say that?
Roll it. Sigmund roll stealth. It's already certain what the outcome of this is going to be, but I still want to
Actually,
roll
it's
it
not. I
nonetheless.
rolled low.
Oh God, Sigmund, what do you roll?
So I roll stealth.
Yes, you do roll stealth.
No armor bonus on this as well. So add 2.
Okay, what's it gonna be?
I'm assuming the armor get more.
Yeah. Roll stealth. Yeah. Oh no. Wow.
You both rolled 2s.
Ugh. Wow. And here I thought we would have a miraculous moment. Nope. Just numbers, baby. Just numbers. Okay, so yeah, Sigmund Glanvald totally hears that.
Grandma just gives a very gruff side eye.
And at this point, if there is anything you guys still would like to do before entering into the old city corridors and tunnels, you can do so now.
I'm gonna leave Toast with Montbec because I don't like having Toast in the sewers. It seems bad for her.
That's fair.
If anything happens to Montbec, I'm going to kill you.
I bid Montbec a fond farewell and give him a good old pat on the back as I'm wiping away the residue of whatever was on my hand, shaking hands with him.
All right, that's fair.
Crumples.
Mon, can I make a polite
Yes.
request? Can Montbec roll handle animal to see how much Toast likes him?
Yes, he can. I'm even gonna bring up like his actual stats for this. Where is his character sheet?
And yes, Dave does say, if anything happens
Montbec.
to Toast, Montbec, I'm going to kill you.
Montbec says, given my experience with halfling assassins, okay, I will keep that in mind. Okay, so handle animal, you said.
Mm-hmm.
What's the attribute for that skill?
Charisma, I think, isn't it?
Okay, because he does not have a particular bonus to it.
I feel like you might get a little bit of a bonus because Toast is...
It's a 15. It's a 15.
15's good. 15's fine.
Yeah, 15 is good. Yeah. Okay.
Toast is
So
not enamoured, but she is content.
yes, not enamored but content. Okay.
Sorry?
Thyra is gonna catch Sigmund briefly.
Okay.
Hey, busy day today. You alright?
Mate, it's been a day.
It has been a fucking day.
I'm feeling better. Yeah, seeing that stuff with Michael wasn't great. But the night hag not being there, I think is probably going to be a bit easier. I'm not so naive to think all of my problems are caused by some kind of weird witch in my head. But hopefully, I've got a little bit of space to just work on things. Like
a little bit more room in your head, eh?
Yeah, like I don't think I'm ever going to be Captain Teetotal like Glanvar over there, but I think I might have been being a little bit silly recently.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe let's both agree to hang off a little bit, eh?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, buddy, we could all be killed by demons tomorrow, so fuck it.
Good point. Well, let's try and avoid the whole demon thing first, and then maybe work on.
No, we're going to the demon. Like we're doing the literal opposite plan. Opposite of that. Like
it's demon handling.
No, we're not avoiding the demon.
We're avoiding the whole demon takeover of the entire continent. I think that counts.
You think they could take the continent? They might be able to take the continent with 3 demons and some armies.
I don't know how many demons. I mean, the university one was the big one, and he was a nerd. I mean, what about the fucking army one,
Oh, shit. He's probably super hard. Like, he's probably ripped. He probably has a 12-pack.
Right? Anyway, come on.
I can barely handle, 6.
What? 6 what?
Packs!
Oh. Anyway.
Anyhow, I am going to move.
I can manage ish.
Oh, I see. Oddly enough, I try to avoid looking at your chest a huge amount, but duly noted.
Okay.
Yeah, and you guys are on the map of the old city tunnels.
Maps.
Arranged in order of height, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. Who's taller?
Thyra was 3'9" on her character sheet today. I thought she was way taller. How tall is Glanvar?
How tall is Glanvar?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea, top of my head.
What does his character sheet say?
4'1".
Ah, for fuck's sake, he's taller.
Yeah.
Shite. This is exactly why Thyra wears heels.
I can only assume this means that
That's
they
a
do
question no one has asked in a very long time.
The Scooby-Doo peer around the corner with the top going downwards.
I think Sigmund is probably the tallest because Napoleon's not here, right?
Yeah, and
he's
taller than Napoleon as well, but there's less of a difference than with Thyra and Glanvar.
I mean,
Dave.
Probably Gilhelm's the tallest, right?
Yeah.
Probably, that thing's.
Not yet. I think for next upgrade when he becomes.
Yeah,
it depends.
My definition is at least 8 feet.
It depends if you count the horns on his helmet as part of his height or not.
Oh, that's true.
Which I did.
Oh, that's right. He's bipedal now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, the horns. Yeah, the horns probably put him over.
Yeah, and I mean, God knows what it's going to look like after this time skip for Napoleon.
Oh god.
Oh man, I actually did a sketch of Gilhelm Mark 25, and I keep meaning to post it. Remind me later.
Oh yeah, definitely do that.
How much of the original Gilhelm is still present?
The helmet
actually.
Yeah.
He lost the crossbow.
Yeah, he lost the crossbow. He lost the wings as well.
The crossbow turned that's not true. He didn't lose the crossbow. The crossbow turned into the extendo grab.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That wasn't the crossbow. That was the bear trap.
How purified is that leg of ham?
Very.
It's fine. It's now back inside a living organism.
Yeah, that's living.
Also, he's a necromancer. I feel like he probably knows how to stop it going bad or something.
Yes,
well, I mean,
seem to make a golem out of potatoes.
Because
he was level 1 back then. So.
Well, the thing is, potatoes are still alive. You leave a potato in your cupboard, it'll go to root.
No, that's true.
You leave a leg of ham in your cupboard, it'll just go really, really bad.
I think that's the preferable alternative to a leg of ham behaving like a potato.
I'll be like the fucking arm from Star vs. Forces of Evil, slowly regrows.
Oh,
and
yeah.
limited.
True.
Can
Okay,
we move
so
on?
Yes, let's go.
moving on. You're in the old city ruins. You can see that this is like layers and strata of old cobblestone buildings and stuff. You can see marks etched into them. You can see every once in a while the city crest of Blackwater etched into one of the cobblestones or something or other. You can see like old dehydrated wood, cobwebs. Bob was there, stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah, there are, as you can see on the map, a few ways to go. Which one would you like to take?
Well, Egg would say, oh, we should stick to the left wall. That's how you avoid getting lost. But Dave is not sensible enough to know that. Let's go
Also,
straight
as
ahead.
an extra point, what you see here is a thin, like, actually, Thyra, you're knowledgeable about stonework, aren't you? And perhaps
Technically,
Glanfar as
Glanfar is
well,
too.
being a dwarf, if you still have that perk.
I think it's stone cunning.
Yeah.
You get a +2 on perception checks
I
regardless.
don't know any reason why I would have lost it. Yeah, I've
Well,
got
yeah,
it.
then.
You never lived in a cave.
I know lots about stone.
Yes,
You
you do.
Fuck.
In fact, you can quickly tell that this
That's actually
particular
a
bit of wall has been mortared up quite recently comparative to
Hang on
everything
a minute.
else.
That bit of wall has been mortared up quite recently compared to everything else.
It looks like it's still quite old, like a few years, but it's a lot more recent than all of this other stuff.
It's a lot more recent than all of this other stuff. Dave, what do you think that could mean?
It also looks very breakable.
It also looks very breakable.
It could mean that there's something through there that we don't want to know, or it could mean something through here is something that we don't want to know.
Okay, so solid kind of 50-50 on whether we should tap that wall down. Gang,
Could go give it a listen.
let's split up and search for clues.
I don't know. This seems. Oh, sorry. Have we had like a night's rest? Or is this still the same day? Not reset.
but we haven't
No.
been well
You
rested.
guys are rested for this.
We're all rested. So
Yes.
I've got all my rages back.
You do.
Yeah.
And
You're
all,
all
and all of our
you've
hit
all
points as well.
restored all of your health. You have restored everything to your normal state.
And is this still a week to go, or is it now 6 days?
It is now 6 days to go.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you guys can decide what you want to do. Thyra, as you move in that direction, you take a peek around the corner. You can quickly see that this is a dead end.
Oh. Well, that makes
Okay,
things
this
easier.
one's a dead end.
Mhm.
I mean,
wanna
there's
go
still a
listen
thing to the
at this
south, I
wall.
think.
Well,
I
can
have
I,
to be honest.
poke a hole in this? Can I like chip a hole in it with like one of my crossbow bolts and have it peer through?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do.
As you do this, you can see the rest of a corridor that takes a bend over there. As you move to there, you can also see that over here there is a longer corridor which seems to have some of the crypt's sarcophagi, which all seem very old. And the end of that is blocked up by a big pile of rubble, which seems very unmovable.
A lot of dead guys down here, guys.
Clanvar Sigmund, how are you moving?
Honestly, guys, this blocked up passageway.
You want to break it?
We're on a
don't you?
time. Yeah, I do. Like, we're on a time scale, and fortune favors the brave. We can't really afford to be. We have 6 days now. We can't really afford to be.
Can I have a listen at the blocked up passageway?
Oh, most definitely.
Shuffle.
As you do this, and you may indeed roll
God, I'm
perception,
rolling
Low
low
rolls
today.
for Brogan today.
you don't hear anything. this seems to just be an empty passageway. You sense no other beings or disturbances than just the off rat or spider or something like that. You also do not hear any disturbances from the sarcophagi, which I might add. So those also seem to be quite inert.
Fucking great.
Let's not push it. What about the other way?
Do you get some kind of sense undead as this cleric? It feels like a
there's
thing I
detect
should
evil.
know.
That might be more of a paladin thing.
That's a divination thing.
Ooh, a chest. Treasure.
Yeah, so as you move here, you can see more of these sarcophagi. In the walls, you can also see alcoves in which skeletons are bound and placed. It definitely seems like you're approaching the crypt section. You can see some very old offerings, the contents long since turned to dust. And you can see what looks like sort of a chest with other items and offerings, and things of a sort of clerical nature.
Seems like grave robbing. I'm not super into that. Hey, Sigmund, want to go break down a wall?
Absolutely. He just, as he's saying that, as he's running with the mace of spades towards us, tends to bash it down.
Do it, Sigmund. Yep. We believe in you.
All right.
Or if not, it'll still be really cool to watch.
Or funny, he says as he charges towards it.
Glamrod just hits the dirt as... actually, no, he jumps up and does a split kick to get out the way of the rampaging Sigmund.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Nothing, actually. It's quite easy to break down. So you break it down, and you smash the stones.
If it's very easy, he's just like, ah!
Yeah, he just goes fucking through it. And you move
sort of
down.
backpedal, it sort of very lightly bumps against.
Yeah. So you move down through. You find another side room, which has like a large crate in like a pile of rubble that has been sliding through or has collapsed in the past years or decennia. And this corridor seems to go down and down.
Let's keep creeping.
Glamrod drops down and marches on after.
All right.
Lots of chests here, aren't there? Can't help but think that one of them's going to be cursed.
Well, who better to open them than a positive energy cleric?
Oh yeah, alright, fine. But if it turns out to be like a mimic or like a bear, you know,
Then who
I'm
better to
blaming
open
you,
it than
Dave.
our strongest hammer wielder?
Thyra opens the chest.
All right. You open it up. You see some old, old fabrics that have long grayed out and faded. You find silver coins coined with the crest of Blackwater, which is a total of 20 silver that you can add. And you also find, could you roll me a 1d100, please?
You find that many rats.
You find that many human hands.
Ooh, don't give me ideas. 94.
Please don't.
It's like a big old ball with just hands coming off it.
Okay. So you open up the chest and you find also, apart from this gold and stuff, you find a little box which seems to be contained in like a physician or an alchemist's set, most of which is broken, but you do find this little box which contains a sort of pale and sort of faded white stone. And you get this.
Some sort of pale and faded white stone.
Ooh,
a stone.
Stone.
Gut stone? Ooh. Why? Why?
I don't know. It's a
Are you
biswar.
gonna Magnus Burnsides it? Is the question.
Yeah. Yo, what the fuck?
This is a very weird item.
Damn. Do I know what this is?
This... Oh shit! I should have made you roll something for that.
You can still do
Roll a spellcraft. Yeah, 21.
21.
Yeah, you know what this is.
Hey, anyone want a weird stone that you can eat? We used to have these back at the Church of Thor. Essentially, you know, sometimes people went on missionary things, and you know there'd be, you know, townsfolk who'd had a bad experience with the cleric, and you know would shoot you with a crossbow. So we had these, and basically it means you can eat it, and it'll soak up to 1/6 of a thyra of like piercing damage. Sigmund, eat this rock.
Wait, sorry, what?
I think I described this perfectly reasonably. So, the rock defends you from the inside. So eat the rock.
Thyra just looked like Sigmund just looks at Thyra, and they have a meeting of the eyes in which they have a conversation that is just entirely like eye wiggles, like his eyebrows go up and Thyra's like go down, like yeah. It's just like.
Okay,
I trust you, Thyra.
diplomacy.
I trust you, Thyra. No, you don't need to. Well, okay. 10 is enough. 10 is enough.
Oh.
Because Sigmund, five was enough, because Sigmund trusts Thyra implicitly. And Sigmund says, Thyra, I trust you implicitly.
Okay.
It eats the rock.
I'm going to, and like, he eats the rock, but like maintains eye contact with.
Why did you not wash that first? Why did you just eat it right away? I didn't say like right now.
What does it taste like?
It's a little surprisingly, you know umami.
Kind of.
Yeah, like I should have watched that.
Yeah.
I've got.
All traditional dwarven food is actually umami. It's wildly uncomfortable.
So it's mostly dirt. Honestly, is what I'm feeling, but that's what's on my lip now.
Oh.
I
hope
actually
it's
know
dirt.
what dirt tastes like.
Look. Times get tough. And
I've got a water skin that's actually full of water. If you want that.
yes, please.
Thyra offers her water skin.
Yeah, Sig starts glugging it down.
Okay. You do now have the protection of the stone.
You
What
can
does
also-
that mean?
So it's the magic item articles in the chat, but
Yeah.
it does essentially. Thyra was telling the truth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was being legit. I wasn't looking at the other things.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I actually misread it. It's precision-based damage,
Yeah.
so
What does
it's
that mean?
critical hits or sneak attacks.
Oh, well, we never know.
Oh, you can sacrifice it to damage someone else's weapon, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
How does that work? I don't want to know.
It's a magic item, to be fair. Right?
Okay, sure.
This
I'm
is
not gonna think about
true.
it too hard then.
Okay.
So,
So-
like you get hit by a sword and you barf up a little bit of like stone fluid or something.
Mm.
Okay, I'm just gonna put Gutstone 10 HP.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a good friend, Sigmund.
Now you have
I owe
found your
you
gut.
one unquestionable eating of something.
Okay. That's fair. So
Sigrid
as you
wrinkles his
guys,
eyebrows and goes, okay.
you
Wow.
guys go
That
down.
seems totally legitimate to me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You guys go down the rest of the corridor, and you find another side corridor here, which is also blocked up by a large pile of rubble, and you find one that is blocked up by a weakly mortared wall.
Well, Sigmund. Oh, Sigmund.
Don't
Pow!
worry, I'll do this one.
How?
Okay, you go.
Here I
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Right.
Do I need to roll anything, or is it just Thyra?
You can
killing?
only-
If
you
it's
can roll
a
to race
you can
with
roll against
Sigmund.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll
What is?
roll dex against Sigmund.
Ah, shit. I don't know if it's surprising, but Thyra has a 10 in dexterity. So this is a 1d20.
She falls over.
Thyra
Oh.
fall. Oh dear.
Well,
Still higher than you, fucker.
wow, that's a painful one. So you
So we
slip.
get that chariots of fire, like do, like when it's in slow motion, and
Yeah.
Dave and Glanvar are watching. It's as if it's in slow motion, but we slowly realise that it's not actually in slow motion. They're just running slowly.
Yeah, like Sigmund just walks, like strides past in his shiny mithril armor, and just smashes a fist through this wall. So as you continue downwards,
If we could beat up demons as well as we've been beating up weakly mortared walls today, we'd be in real, we'd be in the money,
That's the name of my autobiography.
right?
That's a long
It's a
time
very
ago.
wide book.
Yeah, no, it's not really the name of my autobiography.
yeah. So as you guys are moving through these corridors, could you roll me a perception, please?
Yes.
Roll
I
to
can
perceive.
do that. I perceive
Use your amazing abilities of looking at things.
33.
Everyone can see
Not
some
bad.
things apart from Thyra.
Yes.
I see nothing.
You see nothing. Well, you did
Cyrus
just roll a
uses-
1
You're too
on.
busy inspecting the floor.
Mhm.
Thyra sneezes, and for
Very
a moment
true.
her dark vision sputters out, and she's really alarmed.
Mm. Okay,
Do we have to
so
worry about torches and stuff, by the way?
no, that's fine. So Sigmund, Thyra, no, not Thyra.
Everyone
Sorry,
apart from Thyra.
everyone apart from Thyra. As you approach these mortared walls, you start to hear stuff. You hear a very familiar rattling. It could be described as the rattling of bones,
It's eerie and
which you
scary.
are very, very familiar with. Being adventurers, it is the general
Well, especially-
ambience of the average skeleton.
And we are friends with someone who regularly has a skeleton walking around after him.
Yes, that also does a lot. So you hear these skeletons clackering about. You guys, like, these are high perception rolls, so from adventuring you've picked up like a lot of skills. From between the cracks of the mortar you can see like a very faint light coming through, so there's probably some kind of light source in there. You can hear the clacking of the skeletons. From what you hear, there might be quite a few. And you can also hear something else, like sort of like a slug moving, something like that.
I mean, we met some slugs before in underground areas, and they were chill, but so could be some chill slugs. You never know. Oh, guys, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh.
where are we? Are we all where Dave is right now?
Yeah, if you want to be. Basically, I'm just letting you guys move along if there's no path between which you have to
So
decide.
where are they hearing this coming from? Is it like round the corner?
Yeah,
down
it's
here?
from past these mortared up walls.
I mean, there's no other way to go. We have to go through it, right?
Yeah, this is true.
So we
You need spooky.
can't go over it. We can't go under it.
We could go over it, but over it is a city full of, I think we probably wanted criminals and
So
possibly
we have to go through
blasphemous.
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe.
indeed.
Watch
So,
out, guys, it's spooky.
I feel like
You
Dave wants to have a
guys-
go at breaking a wall. Can Dave ever go at breaking a wall?
Yeah,
Do it.
for Dave, I am gonna need a roll. So
I
roll
assume
a strength. Yeah,
-4. No, that's not horrible.
it's not horrible.
It's not
So,
good.
minus
It's not
4,
bad.
that's pretty good.
so Dave is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna break down this wall. Bam! And he slams against it, and it does break because these are pretty fragile walls. And it reveals the chamber beyond.
Probably also hurts his hand a little bit. Oh god.
Oh.
Wait, I've changed my mind.
Oh,
And
no,
you
no.
stand there and you look and you
Walk
all
past
these
the-
skeletons.
You fool! We walked into the skeleton church. This isn't the human one.
No, not the skeleton church. Brackets the scourge.
Scourge.
And you see skeletons with drapes and like clerical veils in the sort of blue color take me to Scourge. Oh my god. Yeah, bone trussle intensifies. You can see them wearing like the blue color of what seems to be like Saint Sartorius Church to some extent, but you don't see any signs of Saint Sartorius like cross of horns. You don't see any of that. You only see the Blackwater crests on their robes. You see some other skeletons which seem to be clerical servants who are wielding like clerical maces. Some of them a blade, even. They all turn towards you, and you can also see these things that are seemingly being herded by the skeletal clerics, which
Maggots with
are these horrible sort of
Obviously, it's both hilarious and horrifying.
yeah. It's sort of a maggot slug thing, the size of like a
Dave?
it's like a third of a Dave.
Third of a Dave.
Yeah, and it has this sort of humanoid, horrible face, dark, sort of facety eyes, and roll
Can you
me
make one of them
a
nice and big for us?
knowledge planes if any of you have it.
Yeah, sure. Of course I do.
Nope.
I think I might be the only one here that has knowledge planes. I'm gonna roll it just because I can. There we go.
I have a lot of knowledge of religion, if that helps.
Okay, so Dave, with 26, that's more than enough. Thyra, you can roll knowledge religion as well, actually, from a different
There's
perspective.
a lot of religion
Roll
going
for
on in this
nuns.
room.
Yeah, there's a lot of religion going on.
Nice.
Oof, yeah.
I
Good,
know
good.
a lot about what's
One
going on in this
So-
room. Those
so
skeletons
Thyra-
are clearly nuns.
So Thyra, you from the garments you can tell that they are probably nuns. In fact,
I did it.
yeah, and you recognize these creatures, and Dave, you do as well from different sort of fields. Thyra, you recognize them from a story that you heard from a senior cleric of Thor, where a small church was rooted out because of heathen practices and like weird shit going on there. Dave, you know them from a textbook that you once read. What you're looking at are abyssal lava.
Oh, they're
And-
baby demons.
Well, sort of. It's not really a baby demon. It's basically the most basal bodily form that a soul takes when it is brought to the abyss or exposed to the conditions, the soul molding conditions of the abyss. And it has a very, very small chance, given proper nutrition and such, to indeed turn into a demon. And it is the first step in sort of the demonic metamorphosis process, because you are aware that demons, to gain more developed and more powerful bodies, undergo a constant metamorphosis. And this is the very, 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 very first step of that.
Demon caterpillars.
Mhm.
Evans himself.
Yes. And you can also all roll initiative.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Okay, I'm just going to point out, can we move Sigmund closer before rolling for initiative?
Oh, yeah,
Because he's
yeah.
on the
You
other
guys
side
can
of
be in the
fucking
position
map.
that you
Oh
want.
shit! Sorry, that's
It's
on me.
alright.
You can be in any position that you want, as long like here in this little thing. Okay, so
I'm imagining like Thyro and Sig scuttling forward like good buddies side by side.
indeed.
Yeah, Thyra's doing the full cop like hand sign thing, and she
Okay.
doesn't really know what any
He's
of them
behind
mean.
the
So
cleric.
we're on a mission from Thor. I'm very slowly on a mission from Thor.
You are.
It's been an entertaining day for Thor. Come on, Sig.
Sigmund.
Initiative. Sorry,
Sigmund,
friends.
Yes.
That's on me. Boop.
Yes, no one's doubting that.
Okay. And I'm going to
Actual
roll.
regular man
the-
Actheo joins the fray.
He's a regular man. He's just a human.
Good point.
Just a human. Human McHuman face.
Human.
joins the
Oh,
fray.
yeah.
A new challenger
Those
approaches.
guys, and that is going
Everybody
to
is
be. Ooh, that is pretty terrible. Fire, what's your dex mod?
It's not very. It's 0.
It's gotta be better
Okay,
than a
then
slow,
this
come on.
stays the same
Oh.
because they have less. And it is the turn of Brother Glanvar.
Let's launch do a single normal round attack at
Okay.
this fellow.
All right, do it. Okay, that's 15 and a
rolls are
16.
really not
Oh,
good
it's
today, are they?
fucking piercing damage as well, isn't it? Versus skeletons.
Yeah, that's true. So there
That
will
ain't
be
good.
some. Yeah.
Oh my god, we found Glanvar's one weakness. Skellies!
Yes, skellies. That second one hits, and it's
Half
the arrow
damage
does
or-
strike it, but it flies through its ribs because, well, it's a skeleton. So no
down.
damage is dealt, I'm afraid.
Mildly offended.
Glanvar grumbles and he oh fine, I'm gonna have to do this up close and personal then.
Give him the old 1-2, Glanvar.
Give me the old 1-2.
The 1-2
Dave, it is. Do you still
I
want
did,
to
they
move?
both went straight through it.
That wasn't a 1-2 punch, that was just a 1-2.
Okay, Glanvar, anything else you want to do with your turn?
That was a full round action, so
I see. Okay, Dave, you're up.
I am going to oh god. Find out whether skeletons can be affected by fear effects. On the wiki. I feel like Dave would know this even if Egg doesn't.
Pretty sure undead are immune to mind-altering effects.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh, I wanted to use my cool power. Oh, it's a different cool power. I've got quite a few of those. I will just start doing the jams.
Jam unleashed.
Okay, Jam Unleashed, indeed.
I'm playing Megalvania.
Anyone can put whatever you want on there to signify that the jam has been unleashed. And then it is the turn of the skeletons.
I'm also going to move my segment. Move 5 feet behind segment. There we go.
Indeed. Okay.
Where's the fucking text? There it is. Oh, there.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, John.
The jam has been
That works.
unleashed.
You're welcome.
Indeed. So the first skeleton here is going to
Oops.
draw its clerical blade, which is sort of like a curved instrument, which honestly looks like you don't know what clerics would do with like a blade like that. It looks awfully like alchemist flesh craftery for a cleric. And it's none. This skeleton is going to move forward. Is going to attack you, Sigmund.
Okay, bring it.
Yeah. Does no, that doesn't hit you.
If it's below 30, it doesn't hit him.
Sigmund's kind of invisible now. Not quite, but
Ah!
almost.
Invisible.
Don't jinx it.
Actually, that's not entirely true, though.
Sigmund has learned his lesson from taunting that one random bandit.
Does a 24 hit you?
It does not.
Does not hit you. So this carving instrument strikes down, but it pings off the mithril armor like it's nothing. Another one is going to quickly assess the situation. It's going to cast a spell on you, Sigmund.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Not good with spells.
And this skeleton moves its hands and clenches its bony fists, and you can see an aura of a deep red glow. And Sigmund, your mace suddenly heats up exponentially.
Heat metal.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not heat metal per se. It is
Heat weapon.
It is burning disarm.
Okay.
So there's two things that you can do as you notice your weapon suddenly heat up. You can either choose to take the burning damage that it will deal to you, or you can roll a reflex save to attempt to drop it before it can damage you.
I'm gonna hit these skeletons in the face with burning mace.
Okay,
Fuck you
that's
all.
fair.
Take it.
Then I would am going to roll the burning damage as you keep your fist clenched on your mace, even though it heats up terribly. Where's my D4? Okay.
There's booze in here. If it evaporates, I'm gonna double kill you.
It probably will, because your metal is really heating up.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. Okay, that is 11 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
Okay.
As your hand underneath, as like the mithril of your glove heats up as well, and you feel your skin underneath the mail burning and blistering.
It's just generally unpleasant.
It really is. So that was that skeleton's turn. This one is going to move over here. These ones are going to move over here. This skeleton is going to move over here, and this skeleton is going to move over there. These skellies are going to move like this. This one is going to move over here. And this skeleton over here is going to take the two maggots or abyssal lava next to it, and you see it cast another spell, which seems quite complex. You can roll a spellcraft to see what it is about to do.
Well, I can't.
Well, no, anyone can. Dave can, Pyra can.
I'm not sure I can. I mean, just look at the angle.
That's true, actually. 13, you don't know what's going to happen. And you see the skeleton, its hands glowing with some kind of arcane energy, jab its fingers down, each one in one of the maggots, impaling them, killing them.
Gross.
Oh, okay.
And you can see sort of the blood of these maggots go up the arms of the skeleton, infuse with the magical energy, and she circles her hands, throws them down, and you can see the flesh of the maggots disbanding, turn into a reddish flame, and summon
A bigger man.
something else.
She's using the spell card polymerization. No.
Something like that, although it seems that she's rather sacrificed them rather than actually fused. And you see a sort of weird, janky-looking humanoid, but also quite demonic creature emerge. Its face, no eyes being visible, rather than the ones that are sort of positioned on its shoulders, on its elbows, on like odd and off places on its torso. In general, having the sort of weird reddish biomechanical look that you've come to associate with demons. Face split into many mandibles. You are looking at a very classic demon, a Cambion,
Oh yeah, it's
which
classic.
has just been summoned.
I'm trying to see
and
if I want
it
to
is-
zoom in any further or not.
And yeah, it's there. It does not have a turn yet. Sigmund, it is your turn.
I think the maggot men are creepier. Sigmund, hit something.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay, right, good. My headset's running low on battery, but that's fine. Crackling. I'm gonna smack these things.
Take your
Okay.
plus twos. With your plus twos.
With your plus twos.
With my plus twos, also with me power attack.
Okay.
I am gonna start off with the top one.
Okay.
With, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. So I might cut out. Badly speaking, I might cut out any point. So I'll try to be quick. So
Okay.
I am going to. Okay, attack roll. Mace of Spades.
Yep.
No flank. Power attack is
Mhm.
-2.
Okay.
Additional hit fire is 2. Actually, it's no, because I'm dual wielding, so that balances out. First one hits. Does a 4 hit?
No, it does not.
How did you roll a 4?
Badly.
Shit happens. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't understand how that came out.
Yeah, I don't either, actually.
Because it's 1d20 plus 1 plus 1 plus 8 plus 4 minus 2.
Yeah, that's weird.
So the minimum that you could roll is a 14, 12.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's weird. Roll it again. This is weird. I will
Yeah,
allow
okay.
you to roll again.
So attack roll, flank is 0, power attack is -2.
Mhm.
Oh, I know what it was. Additional hit. I put my additional hit modifier as 0, so as blank rather than 0. There you go.
Okay.
20.
Okay, yeah, that definitely does hit. Okay, roll damage.
Which is also +2.
Yeah. I'll allow you a +1 on burning damage as well on that. This is bludgeoning damage, so it easily bypasses
Sure.
the resistance of the skellies.
Noise.
Okay. So you slam it down. This skeleton nun has most of her rib cage destroyed. One of the arms is just sort of falling off, but the other half of the whole thing is still up. It does
Okay.
look very damaged, though.
Shield of Arrow on the same target.
Okay.
Nice.
Hits. Roll it.
So there's 4 on the power attack. No burning damage on that. So, but standard 2 from Dave. So only a 30.
Yeah, that kills it.
Okay.
So you flatten this skeleton, shatter it across the room.
Okay, and I still have my standard attack on the other.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, that's a 14, not a
That's
19.
a 14. Okay.
Yeah.
14 does not hit.
Okay, so that misses. All right.
Yeah, so you try to strike, but this skeleton sidesteps and sort of halfway parries you with her like carving blade.
She's seen what I've done to the
Yeah.
to her associate. Just got that
Thyra.
slight.
It's me.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, good. Cool. I thought it was someone else for a second.
No.
Good.
It's you.
Shit.
It's you.
Right, okay. Can I move diagonally into that space?
Yes, you can. I will allow it.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm underneath the skeleton.
Yeah, I'll move the skeleton.
Thank you. Right, okay, because I'm trying to get in a good position for next round, but for now, hitting this lady.
Okay.
Should never hit a lady.
I am a
If
lady.
she's a
I'm
skeleton,
allowed
that's
to.
good. That's okay. So, you strike the
Booyah.
skeleton.
Does a
And I-
24 hit?
Yes, it does. It most
I thought
definitely
it might
does.
do. Booyah. And Thyra hits her, and then the weapon sort of catches alight. And she yells "Elder" as she booms it for another 6 damage on top.
Okay, that's 8+6. Okay,
Did you have your
That's
plus twos
total
in
of-
there?
14. Okay.
Yeah, I did +2 for the original damage. I don't know if it counts for the
No, it
Does
doesn't.
not.
fire damage
I always
separate.
judge.
So,
Yeah. Okay, so that's a solid amount of damage. That's also bludgeoning from the hammer.
yup.
Bypasses damage resistance.
Nice.
So you strike off the head of this skeletal nun with a fiery blow, but she is still
fiery
coming
blow.
for you with like a stump of a spinal cord
Still
only
somehow
left
looks
for a
pissed
head.
off.
Sorry?
That still somehow looks pissed off. Despite the fact it has
Indeed.
no head.
If anything, she looks more annoyed now.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your turn. Then it is the turn of the lava.
Maggot time.
Yeah, maggot
Mom's
time.
favorite time.
Who are going to make their utmost effort to move towards the fray using their full movement speed.
Of 5
Blip.
feet.
Blip. Blip. And as we've gone through one turn,
What about the
Glanvar.
the Cambion? Is that whose turn is that?
that is going to be on the turn of the skeletons because that was a creature,
Okay,
but
sure.
she does not have the feat or thing by which it can act on her turn as she summons it.
Okay.
Okay. All roll me a perception.
Cool. Can do that.
What?
Oh no! Crit fail.
Oh no!
I beat you in perception.
He's just so annoyed about the fact that the arrow went straight through that skeleton.
Yeah, he's
Meanwhile, on opposite day.
enraged. Yeah, he just doesn't understand what's
I'm
going
having
on.
a bad day today.
Yeah.
So you all very clearly hear the weirdest fucking thing. No, Glanvar hears it as well. So
No,
yeah,
not crit
actually
fail.
no, he's got a crit fail. He doesn't hear a thing.
Grandma falls into an open well.
Yeah.
He's too busy listening to Dave playing Megalovania.
Yeah. And you hear like something being tunneled, something getting louder, and you hear like a shouting voice shouting, da, 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 here I come, motherfuckers, it's Bat Boy. And suddenly
That's dope.
the floor in the middle of this room bursts open,
Oh.
Okay.
and an enormous creature or a hulking beast seems to come out. This skeleton is thrown aside as emerges the weirdest. Well, you've seen a lot of weird shit, but this is pretty peculiar. It's about 11 feet tall. It's
That's almost
very muscular. It has very large ears, and it has a strikingly human face. And as it emerges from this hole, it shouts, "What's up, everybody? It's me, Bat Boy!" And
Yo, what the fuck?
the eponymous Bat Boy emerges from the tunnel.
He looks
And-
like... Oh, he reminds me of the fucking wolf guy from One Punch Man.
And he is quickly followed by some other peculiar characters. One of them is a dwarf who it looks quite bedraggled and shocked and generally in a state of alarm about all things. One of them is some weird lady with a lot of like silvery glowing hair and a quite nice dress. Number 4 is a Wolverine. And number 5,
Hey!
as you hear a somewhat familiar voice shout, "Ugh, good Lord, Sura be praised. I thought we'd never get out of this damn hole," is Pate.
Dave says,
Hi,
"Hey,
Pate."
Pate!"
Huh? What? You guys? What's going...
We're
What kind
fighting
of weird
skeletons!
coincidence is this?
There are
Whoa.
skeletons, Pate. Watch out.
Whoa, shit, yeah. Damn.
There's a lot of them. Some of them have magic, and that one to the north of you is a demon.
Oh, shit, demons.
Yeah.
Cool.
There they are.
Okay. Damn. Okay, we're into the fray here, guys. Come on. Bat Boy, take him out. Shit, yeah, I'm Bat Boy. And he swings an enormous arm towards the skeleton. I'm gonna put him in the turn order. And that's Bat Boy. They are gonna be added at the end because they've now come in. And I'm gonna add Pate. Gonna add Hugh. Going to add her and her. And I'm also going to show you a picture of
Pate's Avengers.
Pate's adventuring party.
Oh, Pate's Avengers. That works as well. Nice. Cool. Okay, sure, why not?
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, he has just barreled in here, tunneled through, and everyone is looking very confused. Pate says, "Shit, okay, this is super weird. I had no idea you guys would be here, like right now, right here. Okay, we'll talk about this later. Bat Boy, get him!" Bat Boy is going to make an attack. In fact, he's going to make 2. And you see him swing his big arms and
How Hans just called them the
take it out. As his 2 big arms swing down on it. Everyone else, though, because Bat Boy was charging in, does not have their turn yet. And it is now back to Brother Glanvar.
Glanvar is going to move in,
Okay.
and he is going to punch the skeleton.
Nice.
Okay.
Glanvar, no. You swore a monthly oath to never use your hands.
Literally, that's never happened.
Oh, sorry. I assumed that was why there was all those accidents, but
What? So
he's punched things loads of times.
So you
He
could
has.
have punched things at any time, but you use a bow instead?
I can punch
Okay.
people at range that way.
18 hits. Go ahead.
He has a good point. If I could punch people at range, I would.
Yeah, but like, isn't... I mean, I can
Okay.
punch people at range
That's
if you
solid.
think about it.
It is bludgeoning damage. You
Was that
had
with the
dealt...
+2s?
yes.
So it's 6
Do
damage.
you add your +2s to that, Heggers?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's 6. That's from the 6 from before, and 8. That's 6 is 12 plus 8. Okay, so this skeleton is looking haggard. You've done the 1-2 punch through the rib cage, Glanvar.
Just a single punch.
Oh, just a single
because
punch. Then
can't
you've
move,
done
it's a
the
Single
entire
action strike.
one single punch through the rib cage.
The one
And she is sort of using one arm to keep all of the bones together and the other to try and swing her blade. Dave, it's your turn.
I mean, I had an idea, but now there's too many fucking people in the way. Or maybe not. How roughed up did you say the skeleton was?
Sorry?
How roughed up did you say the skeleton was?
Very.
Very.
If you had to make a measurement, you would have to roll me.
I won't do that.
Okay.
And I can't move through the square that it's in, because that's not how things work. That might work. I'd end up getting an attack opportunity. I feel like Dave probably wants to try and look cool now, actually. So I think Dave is going to try this. Though if I did stand here, and I had a 15-foot cone, would these guys be in it? Or a 25-foot cone?
Cones are weird, but
They are weird.
you know what? Yeah, sure.
It's not
They
the
would
most
be.
sensible thing, but it's definitely the most cinematic. So Dave's going to do it, and he's going to take that attack opportunity, I guess. He's just going to do it.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. So that's going to be an attack of opportunity from the one skeleton. No, that doesn't hit you.
Nice. I cast quarter shots.
Okay. Let's see if I have a cool effect for that.
During my body performance, I construct a cord whose notes transform into a shower of razor sharp crystalline shards. Oh fuck, that's piercing damage. Oh no. I think this through.
Oh no.
It is magic though. I don't know if that counts.
Afraid not. It's not.
I mean, if it says piercing damage, it does.
I don't know. I
piercing
can't
damage.
remember. Let's have a look at it. I've not used
Fair enough.
this spell for so long.
I think you'd need to be a space closer as well.
Cone shape burst, instantaneous. It doesn't say anything about being. Oh no, it does say. Oh, it only says piercing damage for
Okay.
mythic. It just says razor sharp crystalline shards. Oh no, it is piercing damage. Oh fuck. I've done it now. I'm just gonna do it.
Yep, you've done it. Roll it. Or what do they need to roll?
They
Do you
need to roll a reflex save of.
They will roll a reflex save.
16?
Very well.
Yes, 16.
Okay, let's see. So that's going to be one for those. Nope, that's a crit fail. And the other two is going to be nope. And is a 12 good enough? I assume not.
Nope, it's 16.
Okay,
They have
yep.
to be-
Then they all fail.
Yeah, they'll take not quite full damage.
And this one over here even fails critically.
I don't know what that means for it, but you can decide.
Yeah, I will decide. I will say that skeleton is knocked back by the shards.
Cool.
So what kind of damage are we looking at?
3! Nice! Yay!
Nice. Yay. So, well, with the damage reduction, I'm afraid that
That's nothing, isn't it?
these shards ping off the skeletons, despite them not succeeding the save. Perhaps because they were confident that they wouldn't exactly be damaged by this, but the strength of the torrent of the shards does push this skeleton back.
Oh man, that looks so much cooler in my head.
Yeah.
Suddenly realizing he's now
And
hitting
these-
distance of 4 skeletons.
It is now the turn of the skeletons,
Oh goody.
and they are going to move,
No, I wish I'd eaten the rock.
and they are going to attack.
My
Okay.
boy.
No, that misses you, and that also misses you. You're lucky. This one is going to. This one is going to cast a spell as well.
Which one?
This one.
Use some
This one.
That one. Okay.
It's going to cast a spell at you, Dave.
No.
Could you kindly roll me a Fortitude save?
Oh, that's my worst one. By quite a ways.
No.
Oh no, it's fine.
What's that? 20? Yep, that's definitely good enough. Okay, so you save that.
Do I know what it would have done?
Spellcraft.
Again. If I don't honestly roll it that often, I would put more than one rank into it. Oh no, well, weird.
21. That's good enough. What you would have been hit with is flesh girdle.
Ew, that sounds very unpleasant.
It's where's the thing? Ah, yes. It causes a temporary mutation of the body, which can have various negative kinds of effects chosen by the caster.
Sounds like fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Curdled my flesh. Says-
Yes. This one is going to make an attack towards you, Glanvar, with her blade. Does a 28 hit you?
Good grief! Yes.
Okay. So
What is
that
this madness? I'm getting hit these days.
that strikes true, and
What you
that
get for
is going to
punching
deal
Spell.
Well,
3 damage.
What goes around comes around.
So like,
I
yeah,
forgot to put my
like
hit points back up. So
That's
3 damage.
Glambar. Yes.
yeah, 3 points of damage.
How many
The
hit
last
points does
time
Glamvar have?
Glambar got hit by a sword.
59, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Total 56.
Okay. This skeleton is going to move to here. This skeleton is going to move to here. This skeleton. This skeleton is going to make an attack towards Pate, which misses. As Pate quickly draws his sword and parries the attack. Then this skeleton is also going to make an attack. Oof, that's a crit hit against the dwarven sort of wizard-looking lady of their party. And that is going to deal some damage as the clerical mace that is wielding catches her across the shoulder as she emerges from the tunnel that seemingly Batboy has been digging, and she is takes a chunk of damage, and you hear her vehemently curse in Dwarven.
Finally, someone who speaks properly.
Do you say that in Dwarven?
Ironically, she
speak
says
Dwarven.
it in common.
If you say that in Dwarven, Glanvar responds, I do speak it myself, you know.
Yeah, I know, but your accent's weird.
I think Dave probably is a pretty
It's fine. It's
so-
just a different dialect.
This skeleton is going to attempt to cast a spell on Batboy, which fails. And this other skeleton is going to move to here. And then this Cambion, which has been summoned, is sort of...
Oh, that has its go now. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cambion's going now. And you hear it sort of... you see that the thing that summoned it has been destroyed, so you can see that its presence is sort of fading.
Wow, that was a real bad time.
Yeah, so its summoner has been destroyed, and you can see that its presence is fading, and it is panicking, and it is going to Cambion. Here we go. It is going to. You see it sort of twitch and contort, and you can see multiple like fleshy parts of it bulge and twist and sort of tense up, and it unleashes a screech sort of, and it seems to sort of start emitting steam from its mouth, and it seems to be in a sort of frenzy state. And it is going to make a movement, trudging straight through the corpse of its destroyed master. Is going to make an
Power
attack.
move.
Yeah, he's going to make an attack towards Batboy. Is going to... What's the bonus on that? Is going to hit. And its second attack is a crit. Shit.
Oh no,
is
Bat
also
Boy.
going to hit.
Bat Boy, no!
Not Bat Boy, he was the best of us.
So,
Whatever he
so this
is.
Cambion charges, and you
Bat
see
Boy, he was the greatest monk I've ever.
Oh no! You see the Cambion jump up onto Bat Boy and just slash at him with its claws, which are sort of emitting off steam and seem to almost start heating up as it's in this frenzy. And Bat Boy is taking the blows, but he's a tank. He's solid, but he's taking the blows. Okay, it is now Sigmund's turn.
Oh, Sigmund is having a moment of tank solidarity. He cries out, Bat Boy! You are not alone!
Fuck yeah! Come over here!
I will! Tanks of the world unite! And
Kill the skeleton first,
Okay.
please.
okay, yeah, Sigmund's going to have to. Oh, if he does a full attack, how bad is Skeleton looking wounded?
Very.
Yeah, it's very wounded.
Oh, I'm going to just do a standard and
Okay,
then still get my move after.
okay,
If I,
that's fair.
assuming I hit.
Okay.
So, attack roll. Not flanked. Not power attack. Additional hit modifier +2. 18?
Yeah, that strikes. Strikes true. Go for the
no,
damage.
No power attack. +2 damage. Oh, pow! 11.
Yeah, that kills it. That's enough. So
Okay.
you smash it with your mace. It crumbles. Its blade clattering to the floor. Go ahead, do the rest of your turn.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh shit, Dave is there. Dave, how are you doing? Do you need assistance?
I don't know.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I can't then move back because it's 2 diagonals. It counts as.
I think I'll be okay. I've got an idea.
I can probably tank them.
Okay, I'm going to move towards my friend Beast Boy. Bat Boy.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Boy.
25, 30. Bat Boy! I'm coming! We'll form a defensive line! Push them back! Push them south!
Fuck
I don't
yeah!
think 2 people makes a line.
2 people, there's 2 points as a
They
defensive
do.
line!
They do if it's Bat Boy and this guy.
I think
Fucking
Sigmund's
hell.
a new
I
party.
appreciate the hustle!
Fucking hell.
Fuck yeah! Sigmund and Bat Boy.
Yeah!
What is this? A crossover episode?
It feels like
Um,
it. Feels like an episode of some other party we've never seen before.
Do we have to plug someone else's podcast at the end of this?
It's like,
Someone
these,
just
like,
that would
characters
No.
from
take
your
the
other
idea.
Pathfinder games, Mon.
Oi.
Okay, Thyra, it is your turn unless Sigmund is going to do anything else.
I'm good. I'm all good.
Alright. Thyra, it's your turn.
I'm Fire, and it's my turn.
Close the skeletons
It's my
tomorrow.
time to shine. Can I walk to here? Oh, for fuck's sake. Why do I keep blending into the background?
There we go.
Thank you.
You can, but you will have to make an acrobatics roll to jump over that over and on top of that sarcophagus.
What?
Shit.
Oh my god!
Shit.
That's
Bring the back
just.
to
Tyra.
Yeah, we've got to get into this round.
Oh my god. Oh my
That's
god.
a -1. Oh my
That's
god.
not actually
Not a
Okay.
natural one, though. Not a
pretty
natural
No, it
No,
is
one.
a
possible.
natural-
It's not
it's-
a natural one, but it is.
Can
It's a-
I go prone?
Yes, in fact, you must go
You go
prone.
prone. It's not-
Yes.
Okay, right. From my prone state, can I still use my channel my channel energy?
Is there anything that says you can't?
I
don't
don't
think so.
see anything.
I don't
saying
think
you
so,
have to
so
be standing
you
up.
can do that, yes.
Okay, Thyra says, "I am a cleric of Thor," and oof, as she lands. It's like what's the traditional Ghibli style run for a bit, then fall over, then get up and continue running.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that 3 or 4 times. and then every skeleton within 30 feet of her needs to roll. Wait, hang on. Pate!
What? Yes!
Are you and your big friend undead?
What? No, we're not.
Okay, cool. I just want. Well, it seems like you're traveling with a ghost, and I didn't. I'd be cool about it.
She's not a ghost. What?
That's
I'm not a
fairly
ghost.
clearly
Thank
a
you.
ghost, Pate.
No, I'm not. I'm not a ghost.
Oh, okay. Well, just making sure. Yeah. So all the skeletons, aside from I think these three over here,
Okay, yeah.
need
That's a
to
good
roll
one.
a will save.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will
characters
save,
throw
you say?
things.
Let's see.
Or they take 10 points of damage. 46 always seems like a lot until you
I
roll it.
know. I was thinking, 2d6, that's a lot. Oh, I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Dice are
2d6
bullshit.
and 7, basically.
this one fails.
Good.
This one. What's the DC on that?
There isn't one. Pass or fail, they die. It's 10 plus half my level, so 14, plus the
Okay.
cleric's charisma modifier, which isn't great. Yes, it's 13.
Okay. So this one saves. This one doesn't. That one over there saves.
The maggot
This
things aren't
one
undead though, are they?
does also save.
No, I
Yeah,
think they're
so-
like aberrations.
Yeah.
So they're demons. They're demons.
So they're not.
Is
they
demon
are
a
not.
type?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
wow.
So this guy doesn't save, and that deals 10 damage. You said.
Yep.
And is there a half damage
Yeah,
thing?
it's
or-
half if I think
okay,
it's half. Hang
okay.
on, let me double check. Yeah, half damage if they save.
Okay. That's fair.
Boom.
Okay.
It's some
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah. So you deal some damage.
It's
You
not
see-
as much damage as it ever seems to be.
Yeah. So you see these skeletal nuns, sort of their tattered robes, sort of flame up and be burned by positive energy. You can see like some teeth burning away from their skull. You can see like a bone here and there crumbling to dust. This one takes the heavy brunt of it, but the other ones don't take that much damage. But it's a solid hit, a solid multi-target hit. And then it is a turn of the maggots, which are going to continue their great march. And this one actually can move up to Hugh, so it's going to attack. So that's a total miss. And that one up there is also going to make an attack. No, that also fails. Okay, so that's their turn. Then it's Bat Boy. Bat Boy! Who is going to just go for this Cambion, and he is going to use where's my, there it is. Bad boy, here's Bad Boy. Okay, so he's going to do a particular combat maneuver on this Cambion. He's going to in fact use an awesome blow. So you can see him readying up one big arm, smashing it into the Cambion. And let's see whether that hits. So it's that does hit. So this Cambion.
Oh, by the way,
takes-
I guess all
takes-
of those guys are also affected by my bardic performance. I just thought of that.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true. And this Cambion is knocked back and takes damage. And you can see it being tossed through the air by Bat Boy's awesome blow with his arm, and just being smacked against the like stone brick wall of this small like chapel area that you've come into. And so that's Bat Boy. Pate is has his sword at the ready, draws an additional cudgel, and which he seems to be using in like a dual wielding situation. And he is going to make a full attack against that skeleton. So that's going to be, yeah. So what's their AC? 16. Okay. So that's going to be 1. Okay, that misses. That's a crit.
Nice.
Okay, so that's okay, so that is 12 damage. With as he swipes his sword, is parried, but then sort of turns his sword and jabs it underneath. Damage reduction because it is a skeleton, but he's making the best of it. And then he's also going to, with his backhand, give a smack with the cudgel, which, let's see, definitely hits. That is bludgeoning, so that does not suffer from that. Okay, but that's very low damage. Anyhow, okay, so that's that. That's Pate's turn. Hugh is going to attack this abyssal lava.
Get him, Hugh.
And he crit fails.
Oh. Or not.
Unfortunately. So he does not hit that, I'm afraid. Then the dwarven lady is going to use her staff to attempt. Yeah, despite his very low center of gravity, Hugh trips over. This dwarven lady is going to try to smack her staff onto the skull of the skeleton. Hits. Does some damage. Okay. And this other lady over here is going to start bardic performance.
Oh, sick.
But her bardic performance is a bit different from yours, because as the sort of silvery light that surrounds her glows up, she starts to dance. And as she does so, she draws a long silver dagger from her waist and is going to make her attack towards this maggot. Let's see. So that's the dagger.
I don't know if it's a jam though.
Yes.
Is it a jam?
Mon, if you had to define it, would it be jam with?
Yeah, I think it's a jam.
Is it safe to say that it's a cool knife?
Yeah, it's definitely a cool knife.
Of course, bard performance is stacked, because otherwise, like, what's the point?
But the thing is, you guys don't actually get any bonuses from this.
Because we can't see her. She's behind
This
backboard.
is a rather... No, it's only to her. This is a rather particular brand of bardic performance.
Yeah, there is one.
Which is
Is
mostly...
it Dirge of Doom?
No.
No.
By heroism.
No, it's something different entirely, in fact.
It's a different kind of bard. I get it. Different archetype. There are so many bard archetypes. Did
Yeah.
you know that? That's
Yep,
so
different.
funny.
It's a different archetype. It's a custom-made one, but it's based on Dervish
Are you
Dancer.
sure it isn't Juggler? Because that's a pretty cool bard archetype.
That is a pretty cool one. She strikes through with the dagger. Let's see whether it deals proper damage. Okay, 2 + 6, and the maggot is, as she moves, destroyed. As she makes sort of a flowing move, and you can see from her white light sort of an image trail of her almost follow her as she does this dance, and you can see the knife move quickly and swiftly, carving this maggot into slices. And that is the end of this turn. And since it is about time, I think this is where we'll end the session. And next time we will come back to this very remarkable fight.
Really hope that this storm cloud guys are on our side, as in they're not working for the demons.
Well, they seem to be killing the demons, so
True.
so far you have no reason to believe that.
So far, so good.
Oh, by the way, could any of you roll me either nature or religion?
Can do. It's the only knowledge skill I have.
I'm going to roll.
And
Actually,
you
you know
also
what? I'm just gonna
totally
say-
have the freedom to roll knowledge nature to determine the species or whatever bad boy is.
I'm more interested in the not ghost. I'm gonna take a 10, so that makes it a
Mm.
20.
Okay.
I
So that
actually
makes
tried
it
to
20?
avoid thinking about what
And
species that boy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, likewise.
The
some questions I don't
the
want
lady
answers to.
that you are looking at is an Asima.
Ooh.
Ah,
What I
not a
expected.
ghost.
Indeed.
Cool.
I ain't afraid of no ghost. Yells Thyra from her stomach.
Not a ghost.
From her stomach. So yeah,
Cool.
you
I
have
mean, I'm guessing
run
fairly
into.
interested in what Bad Boy is.
Okay, are you rolling it or?
Is he a shifter?
You know what? I will roll that one because
Okay.
I don't have to, but I'm going to. I choose to because it makes.
Okay, I'm not trained in
interesting.
knowledge nature, so
See, it came out worse
Okay.
for me.
I
Um,
inherently
so-
know.
like honestly, like he could be a shifter. Maybe he's like
He's
you don't
just a
fucking
very-
know.
He's a very large man in a
Maybe-
fursuit.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe,
Maybe.
he's just furry. I don't have any judgment.
Yeah, like honestly, like well, I mean, it doesn't look like it's just a suit. Like you can see his muscle moving and stuff. So
Could just be a
that's-
really, some of that good commission shit.
that's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
that's
Maybe-
definitely like
Maybe
his
he's
real
just
body.
Very hirsute.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
he's just a really rich furry.
Maybe. But
A
as
lot of
far as you
furries
can
seem to be
tell,
very rich.
this does seem to be his real body.
I mean,
And
I wasn't actually
may-
doubting that, but okay, sure.
maybe he's
Maybe he's a really rich bat that's wearing a man fursuit.
who knows? Yeah, like
Ugh.
what's the mask here, guys? You don't
Right.
know.
Is it
What's
the bat?
fake
Is it
here?
the
What's
boy?
real? The mystery of Bat Boy.
Ugh.
But yeah,
Yeah, it really sucks that he's going to be the sixth player character.
there's some options. He could be a shifter or something, but honestly, you don't really fucking know. He's just this weird man bat thing. But
And
You know,
on that note,
he
thanks
seems in
for
good.
joining the stream, guys.
But he seems in good spirits.
Yes.
He's
And
Bat Boy.
he's Bat Boy. And on that note,
We'll
thank
say
you all for
goodbye to
joining us.
stream.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
yes,
stream.
bye.
Don't eat weird
Bye.
things with other weird things.